Hello folks, welcome to the in-stock lease deals of the month for December. There's some absolutely ridiculous deals in this one once again. Just lately there've been a couple of crazy deals, the likes of which we've never seen before, and you might see one or two of those in this video too. A lot of people are asking why are all these deals around on these EVs at the moment. We've seen the 𝑖D deal, we've seen Genesis deal, we've seen the Mercedes deal. I think it's because these companies now have to meet a certain quota of zero emission vehicle sales, and by zero emission they basically mean battery electric vehicles or hydrogen vehicles at the moment. And obviously for companies like Tesla and Polestar, it's not a problem because that's all they make. However, if you're one of the traditional car manufacturers like Mercedes and Volkswagen, you still sell huge numbers of petrol, hybrid and diesel vehicles. So therefore, selling 15 to 20% of your whole sales as EVs is a bit of a push at the moment, considering that petrol cars are in the vast majority in the new car sales numbers. So it looks like a bit of a last-ditch rush to get out as much stock as they can to basically meet those quotas. That's what it looks like from my side of the fence. So let's go through it now. I'm actually going to start with the EVs because the EV deals are still around. So I'm going to start with the EVs for once. I don't usually. And then we'll go on to petrol, diesel, hybrid. And we've got some of all of those in the second half of the video. Link to LeaseLoco is in the video description and pinned as a top comment. As always, please use that link, please. I really can't do this unless you use my link. And please support Car to Cover for your gap insurance. There's also a link to that down in the video description. Let's crack on. Genesis GV60 360 kilowatt sport, 283 miles of range, 490 brake horsepower, 503 litres of boot space, 0 to 62 in 4.2 seconds, 1,800 quid up front, £607 a month, 3 years on a 10,000 mile per year deal, and it's in stock. As you know, if you've seen any recent videos, these were the best part of 1,100 quid. They were then around about £1,000 for a long period of time, and it was just sort of start of November they dropped from just under £1,000 to around about the £600 mark. A few weeks ago they were briefly under £600, but I think there were only 5 or 6 vehicles at the time. There is now some more stock available. 607 quid a month, 1,800 up front, and you're in one. VW ID Buzz 150 kilowatt style pro. This is a 2-year deal, 3 months up front, 10,000 miles a year, 1,200 quid and 403 a month. It's 100 on the Loco deal score. That's how good this one is. It doesn't get any higher than that. On the 27th of November, 936 a month. Currently 403 a month with 1,200 quid up front. It's only a 2-year deal, so you're not committing for too long on this one. Obviously, fantastic car. Great bit of design. I love them. 1,121 litres of boot space, 251 miles of range, 204 brake horsepower, insurance group 33, 0 to 62 in 10.2. No 7-seat version of this available just yet. The long wheelbase is on the way, but you won't get one for this kind of price for quite a long time, I would suggest. 1,211 up front, 403 a month. Use that link in the video description, please. Mercedes EQC 400 300 kilowatt AMG line premium, 254 miles of range, 408 horsepower, 500 litres of boot space, 1,500 up front and 527 a month. This is for 2 years on 10,000 miles. Okay, so you can change these profiles up a bit, and you know the deals will vary quite dramatically, so go and have a click around for yourself. 0 to 62 on that one's 5.1 seconds. Average price on it's been £1,326 a month. This time last year, just over £1,000 a month. At its peak in October, over £2,000 a month. 2,159 on this profile, so average 1326, currently 527 with 1,583 up front. Next, we've got the Subaru Solterra. Deals have been around on these for a little while now. As you know, it's also the Toyota BZ4X. 256 miles, 257 miles of range, 218 brake horsepower, insurance group 47, 441 litres of boot space, 1,339 up front and 446 a month, 0 to 62 in 6.9. And look at this, in January, over £1,000 a month. Still in June, over £1,000 a month. And it was only end of September that it was 840 a month, and then the price dropped, and it dropped a lot. currently 446 with 1339 up front. And then the last EV we're looking at in this video is the Mustang Mach-E, 248 miles of range, 269 horsepower, insurance group 37, just under 1900 up front and 630 a month. 0 to 62 in this one is 6.3 seconds. Average on this has been 894, but largely due to a real rise in price in sort of March, April time when it was about 1100 quid a month. A more realistic average, if you take out that sort of blip, is about 850 quid, I guess, somewhere in that region, 800 maybe. But it's now 630 with 1890 up front, and it's in stock with a January delivery date. Actually, I said that was the last EV and I lied. It's the ID.5 Tech Pro version, 128 kilowatt, 1495 up front, 498 a month. Again, obviously in stock, or it wouldn't be in this video. 10.4 seconds to 62 on this one. Average on it's been 636, but for a lot of the year, it was over 700 quid, this one, currently 498.
This video is sponsored by 𝘾𝙃𝙉𝙉𝙉𝙉𝙍, the gap insurance experts. Visit their website for an instant online quotation and use the code GYM10 to get £10 off your purchase.
Now, on to things with an engine. We're starting off with a hybrid, actually. It's the Qashqai 1.5 e-Power, 986 up front and 328 a month. Just did a review on one of these recently, so go and check that out. See, this one's a standard 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year, 7.9 seconds to 62. 362 has been the average price on it, and it's currently 328. At its peak, about 400 quid. These hybrids usually float around the 350, 360 mark, but you do get sort of increases at certain times of the year. This is a really good price at 328 quid. It's nowhere near as spectacular as some of the savings on those EVs, but it's not a bad price for an in-stock car. Just under £1,000 up front, 328 a month. And then we've got the Toyota Corolla, the hybrid GR Sport CVT automatic, 9.1 seconds to 62, 140 horsepower, 361 litres of boot space, 60 mpg and insurance group 17, so it's not going to cost you the earth to insure. 1,639 up front and 273 a month. Again, a 3-year deal, 10,000 miles a year. In stock, £327 a month has been the average, and look, for a lot of the year it was 370 quid, there or thereabouts, 370 quid. Currently 273, so it's nearly 100 quid less than it was for sort of the first 8 months of this year. So that's a great deal. 1,639 up front, 273 a month gets you in that new Toyota Corolla. Next, we've got the Škoda Superb 1.5 TSI SE DSG, probably the best bang for your buck car in this video, if you discount the ID Buzz and the Mercedes and one or two others. 1.5 TSI SE DSG automatic, 9.2 seconds to 62, 150 horsepower, insurance group 20, 625 litres of boot space, 942 up front and 314 a month. 0 to 62 of 9.2 seconds. Massive exec saloon that you float along the motorway with and get out feeling refreshed. That's the way it goes, folks. Average for the year has been 415, at its peak 519. Currently 314. Great deal, great car, well worth a look. I don't recall having an XC40 on one of these videos before. I used to have an XC40, loved it, great thing. Price on this is really good, it's just not groundbreaking like some of those EV deals. Just under 1,100 up front, 363 a month, 10,000 miles a year. This one's the Petrol automatic, 8.6 seconds to 62, 163 horsepower, insurance group 23, 42 mpg and 452 litres of boot space. 0 to 62 in 8.6. Average price on it's been 422. 482 back in Feb, 443 in October. Even start November 434, currently 1,100 up front and 363 a month, and it's in stock. This Suzuki A-Cross has been in loads of my videos lately. It's a Toyota RAV4, 1,371 up front and 457 a month. I'm not going to dwell on it because we've seen it so much, but it's just such a great deal and it's such a lot of car for your money. Average price on it, as you can see, basically 600 quid a month currently. 457 a month. Next, we've got the Audi A6 Avant, but it's not any Audi A6 Avant. It's the 50 TFSI e-Quattro Black Edition S-Tronic. So that's automatic Black Editions, like top spec. And it's the e-Quattro, which means it's the petrol plug-in hybrid version, which obviously carries quite a premium. Delivery on this January. 1926 up front and 642 a month for 3 years on 10,000 miles a year. 6.3 seconds to 62, 299 brake horsepower, 405 litres of boot space, and 188 mpg. It's one of those daft plug-in hybrid mpg figures. Insurance group 43. Obviously, you're losing quite a lot of your boot space there for the batteries, because normally an A6 Avant is a good, 600 litres of boot space, so you're losing a couple hundred litres there at least. But for a lot of people, that car's going to make a bit of sense to them. Let's have a look at the pricing on it, because this is quite interesting. The average on it's been 839 quid. At its peak, over £1,000. In fact, its peak was in July, 1,036 a month. And it was around about 850 to 900 quid for really most of the year. 839 average, currently 642 with 1927 up front. This one's the quickest car with a combustion engine in this video, that's for sure. The VW T-Roc 2-litre TSI 300 4Motion R. It's the T-Roc R. DSG automatic, 1,259 up front, 419 a month. 3-year deal on 10,000 miles a year. 4.9 seconds to 62, 300 horsepower, 32.8 mpg, 392 litres of boot space. And look at it, 497 is the average price on it. Currently 419. You're saving yourself 80 quid over the average. Last January that was £582 a month. So cracking deal on a real performance car. And then finally, we've got the VW Touareg, the 3-litre V6 TDI 4Motion R-Line Tech Plus Tiptronic Auto. God, nearly ran out of breath. This one's £2,000 up front and £672 a month. That's on a 2-year deal, or you could do 3 years at £2,100 up front and £705 a month. Let's go back to that 2-year deal for a sec. 286 horsepower, 6.3 seconds to 62, 810 litres of boot space, 34 mpg. And let's just go down here. Average price on it 987. At its peak 1317, but for a lot of the year it's been around about 840 a month. Currently 672. Folks, please go and check out Car2 Cover, car2cover.co.uk. If you like the prices you find on there for gap insurance, scratch and dent insurance, alloy wheel insurance, etc., then by all means, buy online, but it's far better to give them a quick ring and say Jim10, and they'll knock a tenner off any price on the site for you. And if you do multiple policies with them, they do a multi-policy discount. All the details for that, and of course that all-important link to LeaseLoco, are in the video description and pinned as the top comment. Please go and support Car2 Cover. Please go and click on LeaseLoco. And please come back for more of these videos. If you haven't already done so, it's completely free to subscribe, and it's also free to give the video a thumbs up and to leave a comment, which all helps to push the video with that YouTube algorithm. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. I really do appreciate it. Just had my 5 millionth view on my channel, and today is exactly 3 years since I started the channel. Thanks to everyone that watches now and for all that came before you. And please stay tuned for more. See you soon.